Hey everyone, this is Group E from GrC 411, and in this video we're going to be discussing some of the aspects of GrC in which strategy is the most important. Strategy is important in every decision we make, in GrC and otherwise, but recruiting prospective students, managing the GrC social media channels, and ensuring the continued success of UGS are some of the places where the application of these strategies is the most imperative to growth and long-term success. At the end of the day, the most important part of the GrC major is who exactly comes into it and who it is marketed and promoted to. And this is why strategy is so important in the search for students to bring into the major. Because if the GrC major wants to continue to thrive and benefit from the motivation and perseverance of its students, then it will be continually important to have a strategy for how and to whom the major is promoted. If GrC just sits idly by in the Cal Poly majors list without any action or effort to market themselves to students, then the chance that that student will pick GrC as their major is simply not as high. And so GrC needs to continue their strategy of seeking out students interested in art and design and students that demonstrate their passion and their talents early on, so that the student can have a place in college to grow their love for the industry and explore the multitude of options for career choices in GrC. But on the other hand, if GrC tries to market itself too broadly to people who are disinterested, then it runs the risk of being an annoying, spammy advertisement that students just don't want to see to students who don't want to join the major. And this can be just as damaging as not having enough marketing. And so this fragile balance in and of itself is a perfect example of why strategy is so important in finding prospective students for the major.
The goal of GrC's social media presence is to reach as many people across an audience of current students, faculty and advisors, alumni, industry, and people interested in joining the major. Each social media has a different intended purpose and therefore caters its content to that purpose. For example, the GrC Instagram is more informal than Facebook, and it showcases design tutorials, student spotlights, and glimpses into class projects. On the other hand, LinkedIn has a more professional tone, and it serves as a place to highlight alumni careers and introduce graphic communication students to industry professionals. So while the language, visual elements, and content focus should all be catered toward the social media's intended appropriate use, there also should be synergy across each platform to communicate a consistent brand and message. This can be difficult to achieve, especially when groups of students are running each social media each quarter. From our work studying different corporate case studies, we learned that having common goals across leadership, board of advisors, and other company stakeholders is imperative to best maximize the company's resources and energy. It's also really important to pay meticulous attention to the customer's needs and industry trends so that the company knows when to pivot and remain profitable. These lessons can be applied to GrC's social media management and content strategy to establish synergy and carry that over from quarter to quarter.
In this class, we have seen how strategy is necessary to make decisions within major companies such as Quad Graphics, Apple, and Audible. According to our lectures, strategies form a comprehensive master plan that states how the corporation will achieve its mission and objectives. One company within our major that we can apply strategy to is UGS, our own student-run commercial printing and digital imaging enterprise on campus. Learning how to create and implement strategies is integral to growing the company while upholding their mission and philosophy. We learned several tools in 411 that could help create these strategies, which include SWOT analyses, Porter's 5 Forces, 4 Actions framework, and even scenario planning. Using these tools, we can find the strengths and weaknesses of the company and see which parts of UGS should be kept and grown or reduced and eliminated. Strategy creation and implementation is especially useful during this pandemic, which changed the industry and how companies can operate. Is print needed when all of our meetings are now held virtually? How can companies reach their ideal customers when everyone is currently sheltered in place? However, using the strategy building tools we learned, we were able to see that print is still necessary during this time as UGS has displayed with their printed COVID-19 signage all around campus. In addition, students are still working on class projects that they would want printed out, like playing cards or book designs. Because of our current online nature, we can also promote UGS through digital means by increasing their web and social media presence. Overall, learning about strategy is important because it helps us stay innovative and open to creative solutions, especially during hard times.